In this video, we're just going to take a tour through all the screens that are on MySportsStats Pro to get you familiarized with them as far as how they work and what they do. So we'll start off with the account information. This screen is not on the light because you don't really need an account for the light. You just tap there, and you see it's just got the information that you created your account with. If at any time you want to change your name or your email address or password, you can come here and do that and then just save it. Then the Add Edit Players form. This is where you add all the players that you want for your teams. You can have players on multiple teams. You can have as many players in here as you want. So to add one, you just enter their name, and then if they have a cell phone, you can save their text number, and then if you ever need to send them a text, you can send them a text through the app. And then the date of birth is required. It's not really being used right now. It'll be used in future updates. And then from the drop-down list, just select whether they hit right, left, or switch, and if they throw right or left, and then save it. If you want to edit a player, you just select them from the list, and you can edit any of the information here and then just tap the save button, or if you want to delete that player, you just tap the delete player button. Add edit teams. Here's where you add your teams. You just enter the team name. The season is not really important right now, but it is required. And then the stats. If you want to keep your stats private, you just leave it at no. If you want to set them public, you select yes. And what that does, if your stats are public, you can go on to mystats.baseballsgreat.com, and the parents can see the stats for that team. That team will be on the click here to view teams with public stats page. They just click on the team name, and then they can view all the stats. Now, if you want to add players to rosters, from here, you would select the team, and then just click the roster maintenance button. And you see I've got some players on this roster. And then you would tap the Add to Roster button, and that'll give you the list of all your players that aren't currently on the team. So you would just select a player, and then you'd enter their jersey number, select their position 1, and if they have a secondary position, select that. If the player hits, yes or no. I would leave that to yes. What that was built in for is, say, sometimes on high school teams, they got pitchers that they don't ever hit. Say the kid just pitches, that's all he does, and he never hits. There's no point in having him in the list on the offensive form as a batter, so you just select no, and then he won't show up in that list. You can change that at any time. Now, the add game schedules. Here's where you add all your games for your team. If you want to add a game for a team, you select the team. You select, is it a night or day game, the game number, is it a home or away game. You enter in the date of the game, and the opponent. If you've already played the opponent, they'll be in the list. If not, you can just type them in the opponent's text field list, and the next time you come back, they'll be in the list. And then max prep, you select yes or no. If it's a high school team, you're keeping stats on max prep, you want to select yes. That way, after the game's been finalized, you can go to the max preps form and select that team, and all the player stats will be emailed to the email address that's on your account. And then from there, you just log into your max preps account and go to the stats upload page and grab that file, and it automatically uploads all the stats for you. Finalized game list. That's just a list of all the games that you've played that you've finalized, and say you want to delete one, you want to clear them out, you don't need them or what have you. You just tap on the game, and you'll get that message saying you have requested to delete the selected game. Would you like to continue, yes or no? If you click yes, it's going to delete that game and all the relevant data from the network database and the database on the local device. We'll go to score games later. Let's go to view stats right now. From here you can view all these stats: game stats, defensive stats, offensive stats. What you would do is you tap the stat you want to see, and then you would tap the team, and it would show you the stats. Now here you can select, I've only got 1 year so far, but you'll be able to select stats for previous years if you'd like to compare previous to current year's stats and see how they did. The legend just shows you what everything stands for. Video tutorials, that just gives you a list of all the videos that I've created, like this one that you're watching right now. So if you want to view a tutorial, you just tap on the tutorial and then it'll take you to YouTube and you can view the tutorial. Contact us. If you'd like to contact me and ask me a question or just tell me something, you can come here. You just enter your subject and your question, tap the send email button, and I'll get your email and I can get back to you. Finalized games. I don't have any in my list right now, but once you've completed a game, if you didn't finalize it right after you completed it, it will be in this list. Frequently asked questions help. Here you can come in and submit a question. There's something you want to know. You just enter the question, tap submit the question, and once I answered it, it will be in this view FAQs list. You see here's all the questions that have been asked and answered. Max Preps, this is what I was telling you about where you set it. I don't have any in my list, but once you've finalized the game, if you've selected to save it to Max Preps, it will be in the list. You come in here, you tap on the game, and it will automatically generate the file and email it to the account on your the email on your account. Sending a text message. From here, if you want to send a text message to all the players on the team that you have text numbers for, you just select the team, enter your text, and tap send text. If you want to select, or if you want to send a text message to a specific player on that team, you would just select them from this list, and then it'll just send a text message to that player. Alright, let's go to scoring games. So when you're ready to score a game, you just select the game, and this is an Angels game versus Padres. You see the Angels are away, so they're going to hit first. So you would tap offense, and here's where you enter your offensive stats. You just select your batter. I've already got a video up there on how to score the game, so I'm just going to go through some brief stuff. If you see this up in the corner, that little red X, that just tells you, it just gives you a reminder of what the stats upload configuration is. The red X, all the stats data for this game will be uploaded to the network server when you finalize your game. Scroll down here. You select the result. Now, when you select, the one thing on my how to score a game I didn't go over is when you select the result, say a player hits a home run or a grand slam, you see it set the run to yes and RBIs to 1. Now if there's base runners on there, if say there's a runner on first and the batter hits a home run, you would just update that to 2. But the thing I didn't go over is once you submit this, it's going to add that runner, that base runner's score to the scoreboard automatically. So the other base runner, you would have to come down and select them and then select run, yes, to get them added to the scoreboard and for their base running stat. It adds it automatically up here because at the time he's not a base runner. He's a batter. He hit a home run. Yeah, he ran all 4 bases and scored a run. So you just need to remember that. And when there's runners left on base, if at the end of the half inning, if there's runners left on base, you don't have to select a runner. You just select left on base, how many were there, and then submit that. And then that'll show up here in the LOB for that team. And then you go to the defensive. This is your defensive. Like I said again there, I already have that up there, so I'm just going to briefly go through this. It's going to keep your pitch count for your current pitcher that you've selected. On this one now, the left on base, at the end of the half inning, if there's any runners left on base, you need to select the LOB before you submit the record. And you see down here, earned runs. If they pull a pitcher out of an inning and he's got runners on base that belong to him and they score, you would select the pitcher from the list, and then you would come down here, earned runs, how many earned runs go to him, and then you would just submit it. And that's about it for My Sports Stats Pro. If you have any questions, if you'd like to see a video of something that I didn't go over, feel free to contact me with it or post it in the FAQs, and I will get it up there as soon as possible. I hope this helps you with understanding My Sports Stats Pro, and I hope you enjoy using it. Thanks a lot.